Over the past few months, we've been brainstorming and trying to figure out what the future of our relationship with you looks like and how we can better serve you. So after a lot of hard work discussing ideas and figuring out how or even if we could accomplish these ideas, we're excited to finally start presenting and implementing what we've come up with over the next few months. So to start things off, this is The Beat with the Joplin Police Department. Here we'll be posting news, updates, current events, and more through videos posted to our existing Facebook page. We believe that videos will be more engaging and a more personal communication that will lead to more transparency and mutual trust. For more information about our social media moving forward, let's introduce Chief Pearson. Here with me today is Chief Pearson. He has a long resume, but some of his highlights are that he's been a sworn officer for 25 years and he's been involved in law enforcement for 40 years, which includes being a professor. In 2023, he graduated with a doctorate in criminal justice, and then in 2024, he was offered the position of chief here in Joplin. He then accepted the offer and moved his family from Louisville, Kentucky to here. And now he's here with me today.
All right, everyone. So as I watched the first episode or whatever they want to call it of The Beat, I couldn't help but think of the Aristotelian triad: pathos, ethos, logos. And the one thing that it lacks almost all of is logos. So it can't support itself. And I'll show it to you, and I'll make sure you guys understand, I believe.
Chief, let me just start by thanking you for taking the department in this new direction. I think it's going to be beneficial for everyone involved, us as the department, the citizens, just everyone in general. What can you tell us about your vision for this new way forward?
Well, guys from my generation, we used to have to rely on the 6 o'clock news and the daily newspaper to get our information. Those days are gone. In today's society, and as we move forward into the future, we need to have a digital footprint. We need to have a social media presence, because people have cell phones in their pockets pretty much 24/7. They like to go on their computers, use their laptops, and that's how they want to get their information. We need to be able to provide information and transparency to the people in the format that they get it easiest and have with them at the most convenient. So that's social media. And what we want to do moving forward with JPD is to be as transparent and forthcoming as possible. We want people to know all the good things that JPD and the city government in general are doing. Because a lot of times you don't know the good things that the government is doing for you because nobody takes the time to have these kinds of one-on-ones to tell people. So that's what we want to do. That's what this is about. Us being able to talk to people in real time and getting our message across, answering questions that are sent in to us, giving out public service information, public safety information, public announcements, information that's about things that are going on with JPD, information that's going to be of interest to the public as far as arrests of interests, wanted persons, traffic conditions, that type of thing. Anything that we need to get across to the public, I feel it's best and most convenient to get it across in this format.
So, if you haven't looked it up yet, the Aristotelian triad consists of logos, pathos, ethos. So logos would be your logic or your reasoning. Pathos is your appeal to emotions, like you want to appeal to the emotions of the people. And ethos would be the appeal to authority and how you like the doctorate and 40 years on the force or 40 years working with law enforcement, which I looked up his age, and he's 52 or 53 right now. So I'm wondering, what kind of work with law enforcement was he doing at 12 or 13 years old?
So that's definitely a new way forward. Along with changing some of our things that we already put out into a video format, and then also doing more posts to our existing Facebook page, that's definitely going to increase transparency. So what are your thoughts on transparency?
Well, let's be honest. People don't really trust the government. In the day and age in which we live, people really don't take the government at its word for what we say and what we do. So I think it's incumbent on us to allay those fears on the part of the public. They need to know what their public servants are doing, and we are public servants. Our job is to protect people and to serve the interests of the public. We need to let people know about that. I believe transparency, and that word has been misused and twisted around by a lot of politicians over the years. When I say transparency, I mean I want the people of Joplin to know and understand their police department. If you have questions, send those questions in. We'll answer them. If you have concerns or issues, let us know. This is a new day. We're going forward in a new direction. We're going to be very responsive to the needs and the desires of the public. So let us know these things, and then we're going to get back with the public in real time to let them know what's going on. If there's a topic of interest or something is going on in the community that's got a lot of interest, we want to be the ones that you hear your information from, not other people on the internet who may or may not have correct information. We want you to be able to tune into this Facebook channel and get accurate, up-to-the-minute information from the people who have that information. And that's what we are going to do as we move forward into the future.
All right. So as I watch Chief Pearson talk on the beat, one thing that really throws me off, and I hear this and see this all the time, is when people say, let's be honest, or can I be honest with you, or I'm going to be honest with you. Well, were you not being honest before? I mean, that's kind of alludes to the fact that you're not being honest. It just flat out does. And then it builds, like, if somebody says, let's just be honest, they're trying to sell you a perception, a perspective. They're trying to get you to buy what they're saying, because they're saying it like there's no other truth. There's nothing else that could be.
Chief, thanks for taking time out of your day to come on here and to tell the citizens about this new way forward. We really appreciate it. Do you have any final thoughts for the citizens or anything?
Yeah, I do, Scotty. Public safety is a team effort, not just the JPT team, the community team. I live here now. This is my home. And I want home to be safe. I want home to be happy, and I want home to be prosperous. That's what we're going to strive for, and that's what we're going to work towards as a team, a community team. That's my message to the public. I want to hear feedback from you. I'm always available. Please, please utilize us the way we're supposed to be utilized as public servants. We're here to keep you safe. We're here to keep you happy. And that's what we're going to do.
That wraps up the first episode of The Beat with the Joplin Police Department. We hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to like and share, and if you're not already, make sure you're following us so that you can keep up with future videos like next week's, where I'll provide you with weekly updates, and I'll also interview 16-year veteran officer Lacey Baxter. Officer Baxter works in our Community Engagement Division. I'll be asking her about our 61st Citizens Police Academy class that starts next Thursday, February 6th. We appreciate you joining us for our first episode of The Beat with the Joplin Police Department. Until next week, stay safe.
Final thought here. So they say he's been involved in law enforcement for 40 years. And I looked it up. He's 52 or 53 years old. So what could he possibly have been doing at 12 or 13 years old to be involved in law enforcement? That I don't know. Maybe he can answer that for us. And this is the scariest part. He goes on to make a claim, like there's no other truth, that no one trusts the government. Though he's in one of the highest seats in our local government. He's the chief of police of Joplin, the largest municipality in this area. And he's telling us from his perspective, because you could say people, but when you're talking about people, you're really talking about yourself and how you feel, because you don't know truly how other people think, feel, any of that stuff. All you have is your perspective built by your perception. So your perception is things that you gain through the activities that you take part in. And your perspective is how you believe, the way you think, the way you perceive things because of your perception that you've gained in your life. So his perspective is no one trusts the government. So he's telling you he don't trust the government. Why would that be? You're part of the government. You have the power to change this. You could do it. Why do you not trust yourself, sir? Simple question from me.